much better. Okay, sorry about that. I had to deal with that little camera thing. Okay then. And in 5, 4, 3. Hello ladies and gents, Big Cammy 007 here, and this time I want to talk to you about the upcoming Crash Team Racing Nitro Fueled. Now, Crash Team Racing Nitro Fueled is supposed to be a remastering of the original Crash Team Racing. Much like how they remastered the original Crash Bandicoot trilogy, that being the first Crash Bandicoot 2, Cortex Strikes Back, and Crash Bandicoot Warped. All three in the form of Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy. Now, I've done a playthrough of this particular trilogy before, but if you're interested in watching that, please do so. But anyway, I'm not talking about the Insane Trilogy. I want to talk about the Crash Team Racing Nitro Fueled. Now, Crash Team Racing, the original Crash Team Racing, that was not only the first Crash Bandicoot game I ever played, but it was also the first ever PlayStation game that I have ever played. So, you know that I am so looking forward to Crash Team Racing Nitro Fueled. And the original Crash Team Racing, just because it was the first PlayStation game I ever played, as well as the first Crash Bandicoot game I ever played, that game holds a very special place in my heart. So again, I am definitely looking forward to Crash Team Racing Nitro Fueled, because I've already pre-ordered the Nitrous Oxide Edition, which comes as a day one bonus. Nitrous Oxide is a playable character, which is a character that you could not play as in the original Crash Team Racing. Speaking of the characters, I want to go over the characters that are already in Crash Team Racing, well, the first one, as well as those that we're going to see that have appeared in the game that came after Crash Team Racing, which was Crash Nitro Kart, and the game after that one, which is Crash Tag Team Racing. And of course, I also want to reveal the characters that I want to see in Crash Team Racing Nitro Fueled. So the first 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, first 15 characters we've seen in Crash Team Racing were, of course, Crash Bandicoot. And we have Dr. Neo Cortex, Tiny Tiger, Coco Bandicoot, Dr. Injin, Dingo Dial, Polar, and Purah. Those were the first 8 characters that you would see when you first boot up Crash Team Racing. The others you had to unlock. That being the 4 boss characters, Ripperoo, Papu Papu, Komodo Joe, and Pinstripe. Those were the 4 bosses you had to race against in Adventure Mode in order to race the game's final boss, Nitrous Oxide, who, again, was not playable in the original Crash Team Racing. And of course, there are 3 additional characters as well, that being Dr. Nevelius Tropy, or Dr. Entropy. And we have Fake Crash. And of course, the one character that can only be accessed through a cheat code, Penta Penguin. So those are the 15 characters that appeared in Crash Team Racing, the original Crash Team Racing. And I know they will appear in Crash Team Racing Nitro Fuel. As for the characters that first appeared in Crash Nitro Kart, was a Crunch Bandicoot, whom we actually saw in the customization. We seen in the trailer when they revealed the contents in the Nitrous Oxide Edition, alongside Zeem and Zam. Those 2, alongside Crunch Bandicoot, were characters that were first playable in Crash Nitro Kart. And when I said that Nitrous Oxide was not playable in the original Crash Team Racing, well, he was playable in Crash Nitro Kart before his inclusion as a playable character in the Nitrous Oxide Edition of this game, Crash Team Racing Nitro Fueled. Let's see. So, alongside Crunch Bandicoot, Zeem, and Zam, the following characters that were also in Crash Nitro Kart were Entranced, as well as the boss characters from Crash Nitro Kart, that being Krunk, Nash, Norm, Geary, and the big baddie of the game, Velo. And I'm counting Norm and Velo as two separate characters because Norm, you had to race two versions of... Oh, I'm just giving out my thoughts and my predictions on who would be in Crash Team Racing Nitro Fuel, the upcoming Crash Bandicoot racing game. But anyway, I'm counting Norm and Velo as two separate characters because when you raced Norm, you had to race two different versions of him, the small version and the big version. As for Velo, he appears as like some sort of big tall guy, but if you manage to beat him twice, once you have to beat him normally, and second you have to 100% the game. Well, he appears just like any of the other like the small little guys you'd see surrounding the Velo's stadium. And also the Game Boy Advance version had the big Velo as a playable character, while the console version, I had the GameCube version of course, had the small Velo. So that's why I'm counting them as two separate characters. And speaking of the Game Boy version, they had as a guest character in the Game Boy Advance version of Crash Nitro Kart, Spyro. Spyro the Dragon. So yeah, I'm also counting Spyro into this list, and these are the characters from Crash Nitro Kart, well, aside from Crunch, Zeem, and Zam, because we've seen them in a trailer. Those are the characters from Crash Nitro Kart who I see in Crash Team Racing Nitro Fuel. And to answer your question, Kaya and Bond, I do not play Fortnite. I really don't. I tried it once, but it just wasn't exactly my cup of tea, to be honest. So, alongside the 15 characters from Crash Team Racing, we have 28 characters in total that I know will be in Crash Team Racing Nitro Fueled. Well, let's see. 26 if we're counting both Velo and Norm as one character. Anyway, the racing game that came after Crash Nitro Kart was Crash Tag Team Racing. And surprisingly, that game had the least amount of newcomers, that being Pasadena Opossum, Nina Cortex, the niece of Neo Cortex, and finally Von Clutch. Just 3 newcomers. So with all of those, with these newcomers alongside these the characters from Crash Team Racing and Crash Nitro Kart, $31 or 29, again counting Norman and Velo as one character. So these are pretty much the characters that I know will be in Crash Team Racing Nitro Fueled. Because I thought if they're going to be bringing the Crash Nitro Kart characters into this, they might as well bring the Crash Tag Team Racing characters into it, just to go all out. Now, and now, the characters that I want to see in Crash Team Racing Nitro Fueled as sort of newcomers, to the whole thing, and seeing how Komodo Joe is one of the characters from Crash Team Racing, I figured, why not have Komodo Mo in the mix? You know, have both of the Komodo brothers in there. And out of Cortex's right-hand men, that being Injin and Brio, Injin has been in Crash Team Racing, Crash Nitro Kart, and Crash Tag Team Racing. never once have we seen Brio in any of these racing games. So I figure Brio might be a good character to have in newcomer to have in Crash Team Racing Nitro Fuel. And of course, we can't talk about the first Crash Bandicoot without bringing up Crash's GF Tawna, because that was the whole point of the first Crash game. You had to try and rescue Tawna from Cortex. But ever since the first Crash game, we have never seen Tawna ever since, so perhaps she would be a great addition to Crash Team Racing Nitro Fueled. And of course, a lot of you people are going to hate me for this one. A lot of you people are going to hate me for this one. Because, I'll be honest, I really liked the Crash Bash game that was on the PlayStation, the original PlayStation. I thought that was a pretty fun game, despite it being very difficult. But there was one character in that whole game that stood out to me the most. And that was the one character that we only got to see in that game and nowhere else. And that was Rilla-Roo. Yeah, Rilla-Roo of all characters from Crash Bash. I thought, well, we haven't seen Rilla-Roo since Crash Bash, so I thought this would be a good game for him to reappear in. So, with all the characters that we know that from Crash Team Racing, Crash Nitro Kart, and Crash Tag Team Racing, alongside the characters I want to see, that's going to be a total of 35 characters in Crash Nitro Fueled. Well, 33 if we're counting Velo and Geary as one character. You know, the two versions of Norm as one character and the two versions of Velo as one character. Hello, Raider Nation Sam. So yeah, that's what I think will be the full roster of Crash Team Racing Nitro Fueled. And all in all, I feel like that this is actually going to be a pretty fun remastering of Crash Team Racing. But then again, that's just basically me because, well, like I said, Crash Team Racing was the first Crash Bandicoot game I ever played, as well as it being the first PlayStation game I ever played. So, again, it holds a very special place in my heart, and I am really looking forward to Crash Team Racing Nitro Fueled. Wow. Alrighty then. And yes, One-Eyed Cat, this is a pretty serious stream because I am really looking forward to Crash Team Racing Nitro Fueled. I've already pre-ordered the Nitrous Oxide Edition. So, and like I said, Crash Team Racing was the first PlayStation game as well as the first Crash Bandicoot game I ever played. I think the recent one that I've played was, well, besides the Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy, which I've done a playthrough on my channel before. I think it was after I played the original Crash Team Racing, I went on to play, I think it was the original Crash Bandicoot Trilogy. And then I went on to Crash Bash. I'm doing great, Raider Nation Sam. How about you? It's a long story, One-Eyed Cat, but I don't want to talk about that right now. Let's see, I first started out with Crash Team Racing. Then I think I went on to one of the original Crash Bandicoot trilogies before. No. I think I went on to Crash Bash before I tried out one of the Crash Bandicoot trilogy games, but it's been a long time. I don't think I remember that. But I do remember trying out the Crash Bandicoot trilogy games at one point. And I think after that, I think that's when I went on to Crash Nitro Kart. What else did what other Crash Bandicoot games that I played. Oh yeah, one of the Crash Bandicoot games on the Game Boy Advance, that being the crossover between Crash and Spyro. And I think after that one, I actually tried out Crash Twinsanity. No, it was Crash Tag Team Racing afterwards, and then Crash Twinsanity. And then that brings me to this Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy, and that's basically it. So yeah, there's a lot of Crash Bandicoot games I haven't played, but hey, I'm cool. I'm cool with that. Well, I think this should be a different story for a different stream. But alright, for now I think I've said my piece. What I think about the upcoming Crash Team Racing Nitro Field and all the characters who I know are going to be in there, and from what I've seen, I know it's going to be a good game. Because again, Crash Team Racing was the first PlayStation game and first Crash Bandicoot game I ever played, so you know I'm definitely looking forward to it. Well, to be honest, this stream was shorter than I thought it was gonna be, so alright, thank you all so much for watching. If you like this video, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. It really means a lot to me. And as always, I will see y'all in the next video. So until... one sec. I'm sorry. I have never heard of that one. I have never heard of that, to be honest. I have never heard of that. But anyway, thank you all so much for watching. If you like this video, please leave a like, comment, subscribe. It really means a lot to me. And as always, I will see y'all in the next video. So until then, ta-ta.